And we are back. How are you, everybody? Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce. It's Uncle Bruce here, trying to survive from his dental ordeal. I'm feeling a lot better since this morning. I'll tell you that. What a morning. What is going on with SPIR? That's what I wanted to talk about here on this show. We're an hour and about 49 minutes away from the close. And Spire, for those of you who don't know, this morning opened up under pressure, big time. The shares this morning were sitting at about just under $10 a share, and that is down. It was down $2 plus before the stock even opened for trading. Last night's close was 12.53. And they opened at about 970 or so, and it's been downhill ever since. In the first half hour this morning, the shares promptly hit a low of $6.66. So from 12.53 to 6.66 in 30 minutes flat. And you got to ask yourself, what would cause a stock to drop like that? Without any announcement, without any fanfare, no run up to news, no inkling from anywhere that something was up. And since this morning, we've been noticing we've seen a filing by the company, and there's been a lot of speculation as to just what is going on here. And here's what I've noticed: ever since about 10 o'clock this morning, the shares, after hitting 666. They couldn't break much over 740. For a moment there, the briefest amount of time, the shares, I think, were able to touch 746, but they couldn't hit 750. And they are now being held between 7 to 750 a share, 710, 720, 730, but period. That's where they are. 9 million have now traded. The amount of shares traded to get the stock down to 666, less than 500,000 shares. Ever since, 8.5 million shares have turned over, and the stock is sitting at 711 right now, and it cannot go anywhere, and it's being held down. Now, who would want to do it, and why? Why would you want to hold a stock down $5.40 a share when they have done absolutely nothing incorrect with a filing? They've done there's been no illegal activity. There's been no crushing financial news. There's no disaster happening here. I mean, nothing corporately has been transacted that would explain why these shares are being hammered like they're being hammered. The filing that came out today, they call it, these are new terms. It's kind of like watching a Seinfeld episode. Every episode there was a new term. We have a new term called an effectiveness filing. What the hell is that? An effectiveness filing seems to be where the company comes out and says, here's our situation, here's how many shares exist, here's the status of all the shares that are out there. We have, in the case of SPIRE, we have shares outstanding that we sold, that we acquired or were issued by the SPAC. When we took the SPAC over, there are shares that were issued to PIPE investors, $10 each. There are warrants that were outstanding from the original SPAC investors that are still outstanding. They can be converted into stock at $11.50 at any time. This is not new news. None of this is new, shocking behavior news. But it sounds to me like the company is saying that we have made several transactions, and we've progressed as a new company. They've announced, of course, taking over Exact Earth, which is a Canadian-based company. And I guess they're doing this filing to basically say to the Securities and Exchange Commission that down the road we may seek to release shares from restrictive to be free trading. And if that happens, these shares could be at the option of the holder, again, not the company, the investors. They could sell their shares if and whenever. Have I got a problem with that? No. There's only 133 million shares outstanding, and if 105 million are free floating, what do I care? This stock has been trading on very low volumes for weeks now, and we've noticed here on this channel that the stock can go up $1 or $2 a share on 150,000 volume. I mean, it can really run on very little volume. Having more stock free trade if it were to have happen, would actually be a good thing. It would attract probably more institutional investment and interest, because the stock needs volume to really attract new buyers. But there are no shareholders dying to sell this stock, like that are wanting to get out and run away. So who's selling this stock here? Who could possibly be in a position to want to sell stock at 740? This kind of a deal, and what's the motivation to do it? That is the question. And I wanted to, I'm going to try it. I'm going to attempt to show you something if I can. Just bear with me here. I have to head over to my computer and see if I can pop up something for you. I might be able to get this to work. And I'll show you something that I just uploaded a few minutes ago. This might work out. Let's see if this comes around here. There's one, there's the other. Alrighty, let's see what I have. I'm going to try this one first. Let's see what this one is. Okay, here's what I want you to see. This is an option chain for today, October the 15th. This is an option chain where options are expiring on October the 15th. There are no options expiring today. And I want you to take a look at a couple of things. First of all, you'll notice here under the date October 15 there on the top left. If you go down the list, there are different options. On the left are calls, on the right are put contracts. And in the middle, you'll see a blue column, vertical column. It says strike. And it starts at 250, goes to 4, then to 5, 6, 750, and so on, all the way up to 35. The last two columns, just the two columns on the very left of that blue bar, shows basically volume and open interest in call options, and the very far right are two columns, open interest volume for the puts. So you have the call open interest and volume, and you have the put open interest and volume. And I want you to take a look at a couple of interesting, what I find interesting things. Let me just double check here. Okay, so if you look at $15 strike price, not quite halfway down on that blue bar there, the vertical blue bar in the middle, you'll notice that on the call side, you'll see 5,100 contracts, open interest, 457 volume today. And price on those are a nickel. They're 5 to 10 cents. Now, $5 ago, where this stock was last night, these contracts would have been trading more at like 40, 50 cents. And the week before last, the shares were at $19. These contracts were trading probably in the $3, $4, and $5 neighborhood, more like $5 a piece. And it would have been worth it for someone to sell and write $15 call contracts against the stock in bulk to now have the stock fall off and now buy these back for a nickel, or in reality, not buy them back at all. Because if you can hold this market down until the 15th of October under $15 a share, every one of those 5,100 call contracts that were written would expire worthless. You look also at the $14 calls. There are 3,994 outstanding. $16 calls, 2,700, 1750s, 8,011 contracts exist. The 19s are 1,600. The 20s are 6,200 contracts. Look at all those contracts between roughly $12.50 and $20 on the call side. You do the math, and you're talking about a gazillion shares of stock. Each contract represents 100 shares, and that is a huge amount of call options. At the same time, if you keep these calls, these shares down where we are now at $7.12 a share, you've also affected the value of put contracts. So while you're selling call options and raising cash, you could be turning around and buying put options to make a gain on the stock as it falls off. And if you take a look at the very far right and at the 750 strike price and going up from there, look at all the put contracts that exist that expire in 2 weeks. The 750s, there are 6,300 of them. 1,694 of the nines, 2,900 of the tens, 1,200 of the 11s, 1,900 of the 15s, 1,600 of the 1750s, 2,495 of the 20s. Now, not all of these contracts are held or written by any one person, but it's possible. Wouldn't surprise me that it's possible that a whole bunch of these contracts were on the call side, they were written by perhaps a hedge fund speculator or a group, and on the other side, the put side, a whole bunch of puts were acquired over days and weeks at really cheap prices. I mean, take a look at the 1250 put contract. Last trade 575, up 355 today. If you own, let's say, the tens, last at 340, there's 2,900 of them in existence. That means 2,900 contracts are each $260 more valuable today, just on this down dip. So the math is massive. Look at the 750s. There's 6,300 of them. They're up 85 cents. They've gone from nothing to $1.10. This is huge, huge money. And I'm kind of wondering if the same group that was jumping all over the calls, writing calls, were the same group buying the puts. Now, this is just October 15th, all right? I took a look also at the next series. See if I can find this. Hang on a second. I got this group and I've got this group. Hang on, see if I did this twice. Yeah, it looks like I did it twice. I tried to copy the November contracts, and there was also a lot of interest there. So if you're trying to win big win on the contracts, what you would do is, of course, you would short the stock on the open market. And by shorting the stock and crushing it, which is what's been done here, more than 10%, obviously, so now it's on a short sale restriction. You bring this thing down to these levels, you're talking about 750 call contracts having no value, all the way down to the 750s being worthless. So you've wiped out the $20 contracts all the way down to the 750 call contracts. They have no value whatsoever. And you've taken put contracts from way down here, 750, all the way up to 20. They've all done really, really well. And that's just in today's thing. So you're making money on the call side and the put side. And that cash is what you're using as your ammo to short the stock, because you have a feeling, you felt, or you knew that the company was going to file a filing with the SEC. And I'm just wondering if this is an insider connected kind of thing, because this is unusual activity. I mean, this is incredibly unusual activity to not only have a stock be crushed like this, but now being held here like this. This stock is not moving. It's $7.12 a share. It's not moving, not a penny. And how many you want? Come and buy all you want. You can't move this market. And I'm wondering how many millions of shares are available by these shorters who have basically protected themselves by writing options against them. It's just mind-numbing to me. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars or more. It is a ton of money, a pot of money, and I'm really wondering just what we have going on here with this thing. Now, if the options were to expire today, it would be as blatant can get, that you're manipulating the stock for today only. But you've got to play this game now for the next 2 weeks. These guys have got to keep this stock crushed for 2 solid weeks. And I'm wondering if management of the company are powerless to stop it and are powerless to comment against it, because they might be in what we call a dark period or a silent period with respect to the takeover of Exact Earth, the company they're buying out of Canada, which is a public company itself. Are they not able to speak and talk about this thing, or do they not want to for fear of upsetting the apple cart or the deal? I really don't know. Hard to say, but to me, this stock is now at 707, is being artificially manipulated to this level down here and being crushed down to here. Is it possible the shares could go higher? Yes, it is. How? The only way that these shares in the immediate future can go higher is if a buying wave keeps coming in from investors who are smelling the rat, and they're going to come in here and buy up this stock, just like people bought up GameStop, just like they bought up AMC, just like they bought up other stocks that were over manipulated. Buying power coming in to take out this stock and literally buying the shares creates a problem for the shorter because they got to keep shorting the stock to try to keep holding it here. And eventually they run out of bullets. Now, I don't know how many bullets these guys have, but 9 million shares have traded today and it hasn't recovered yet. And I kind of wonder, wow, how many millions are these guys putting on the line here? Have they already cashed in on the contracts? They could have cashed in on their puts, because if they had bought their puts, and now they've sold, they're selling out their puts all day. They've been selling their puts. They probably made able to lose now for 4 hours. They've cashed in the millions of dollars they've made on the puts, whether they're the October 15s, the Novembers, the Januaries, and so on. They could have cashed in enough millions of dollars to be able to afford to keep down this stock price. On the other side of the coin, have they been writing naked calls? If they're writing naked calls and are short call contracts, they're way up right now because they would have been writing these calls a few days ago and last week when the stock was much higher than it is now. And they have ridden this thing from $15 to $12 to now $7. They are up, Gowa, millions of bucks. I mean, a ton of money here as long as they can hold it together. If the buying keeps coming in, the squeeze would be on. Then the war would be on with regards to whether they can keep the shares under 750 or not. It's not like the 750 price is their break even or not. It might be $10 a share, might be their break even number. If they can keep it under 10, they still, quote, win in the end kind of thing. But right now it's single call contract they've written at 750 up to $20 will expire worthless in 2 weeks, no matter what they got for it. And if they were able to write $10 calls last week when the stock was $15, they hauled in between $5 and $6 a share, $500 and $600 a contract. The 750s that they wrote last week, they were hauling in $750, $850 a contract in their pockets. So these guys could theoretically be buying back their calls right now. They could be trying to cash out of this deal where they're trying to buy back their calls and flatten out their naked call position and only be now short the paper, less the proceeds they made from selling off their puts for profits and the difference between what they sold the calls for and what they're buying them for. So in theory, this gig could end at any time. They could walk away at any time and go, okay, we're done. We don't have to sell any more stock. We can start to acquire calls. We'll just start buying stock back, and we'll just short less. But we're not going to be aggressive buyers of this stock. We'll buy a little and kind of suppress the upside and slowly try to buy back our short position. How big is the short position? I don't know. Did they short 5 million today? Did they short 6 million shares? Did they short 8 million of the 9 million? I don't know. It's a fascinating game that's going on here. The SEC obviously is completely oblivious to what's going on. They're not going to investigate it. No one has halted the stock for an investigation. The stock exchange hasn't halted the market. No regulator is mentioning anything. No congressperson is calling for investigation. All is normal. This is allowable business under the exchange rules of the U.S. markets. This is all okay. It's orderly trading. Everybody who wants to buy can buy. Everybody who wants to sell can sell. There's nothing to see here. The blood on the sidewalk is pretend. Don't worry about it. The guy lying there with that hole in his head, that's a mannequin. It's not a real person. It's all fake. Don't worry about it. We allow business to be done this way on U.S. markets, and this is as blatant as it gets about screwing with the market. This is it. I don't know how Exhibit A can be any more obvious to the outside world. Now, for you folks out there who are going to try to make some money on this, which I encourage you to want to do, I'm happy that anyone who's trying to buy up 750 call options for next April, yeah, pick them all off. Remember this filing that's been done, there are no new shares coming from the treasury of the company. They're not diluting their company with any stock whatsoever. They haven't restated their financials. They're not going to. They don't have to. The deal to buy Exact Earth will continue to go through. That deal doesn't change because it's mostly cash. It's almost all cash and a little bit of stock to take them over. They're going to go ahead and do it. Personally, I think that these prices here are an opportunity for every shareholder of this company to double up their position or triple up their position and put the boots to these guys on the short squeeze. But if you're up against a $500 million player or a $1 billion bank account player on a stock like this, it's tough because, 9 million shares trading at now $7 a pop or so. We're talking $60 million, $65 million in stock. It's not a lot of money in the big picture of the world. But if this could be turned into a squeeze, where these players all of a sudden are finding that, Jesus, there's a lot more stock being bought than we thought would be bought here, because of the history of the stock, always having low trading volumes. All of a sudden, the other side of the street comes into this market. We could have quite a run here, but I really don't know. Will the shares go back to $15 today or tomorrow? I don't think so. Can the shares go to, say, $8 to $10 in the next week or so? Very much so. Could very much happen, easily happen. And if it did, any of you out there who have been buying this stock as low as 666 to these levels, you're going to do just fine because you're going to have anywhere from a $1 to a $3 gain on your investment, which is great. Number two, all of you out there picking off 750 call options, you're going to have some nice leverage coming your way. Real nice payoffs. At $10 a share, you have a $250 book value contract with maybe a dollar premium on it. You got a $350 contract. Some of you are scooping these up for $130, $140 today, and that's just going to $10. Back to 12. Oh well, here we go. The $10 contract buyers, the $750 contract buyers. Any of you buying $5 contract? Whoa, are you going to be loving life? Obviously, if the shares reach 12, some of you folks are up, 80% on your money. Just a question of where it ends up going to. This stock, like I said, hit a high so far of 1950 share. That was barely a couple of weeks ago. If this isn't blatant market manipulation, I don't know what is. It's not the fault of the company. It's not the fault of the retail investors out there who own the stock. It is purely being done, I really suspect, by someone in the know who have figured out the calculus that, well, they took over this company over here. They're changing their structure. They're probably going to file a report with the SEC that will, open up the books to the fact that, and this is not hidden, that these are all the shares that we have outstanding all over the place, and that there may be some shares come free trading because of the effectiveness of this company. I really don't know. This is new to me. This is, like I said, a new Jerry Seinfeld type definition of trading and explanation of how a stock trades. It just befuddles me to no end. I kind of go, this is a nothing report. This is a nothing filing that really doesn't change the material effect of the company whatsoever. Just as many shares are outstanding last week. I don't see the difference here. I don't know what the big fuss is about, but someone has taken advantage of this to try to scaremonger the street into thinking the end is near. And I don't know why one would think the end is near if all the shares that are in existence might someday be tradable. That's why you went public. What'd you go public for? Of course, the company has just as much cash on hand now as it did yesterday. They have the ability to raise additional cash anytime they want. I think what this company needs is some retail investors to come in here to scoop up this cheap stock, because it's available for now until this player has finished beating it up, and then they're going to move on to other pastures. But at the moment, they are motivated to keep the stock down on purpose. They have to keep it down so that all these contracts have the values they have. The puts are up here and the calls are down here. And I'm wondering if their strategy is, we don't want to buy the calls back. We don't want to buy any calls back. We want the 750 calls to die worthless and up. All the calls up beyond it, we want them to die worthless. Because if that's the case, we make millions more. If we have to buy them back with the stock going from 7 back to 10, we'll still likely break even or make money. But if we can keep this market crushed down into the low sevens or lower, under 750, every dime we brought in writing options, we get to keep every dime. We're not buying a single contract back. We're going to crush everybody. Well, That would mean possibly, being able to short 20 million shares, 30 million shares. I don't know. It's a question of how many shares would be picked up by retail investors down here to scoop them up and put the pressure on these guys. Sooner or later, they're going to break, or their broker is going to break and say, "Hey, the position is too high for my house. You have to take some off and shift it around." But I got too much on my books here. Kids, I don't know. Do you expect an SEC investigation? I don't see one. The way the SEC works, might be 2 years before they look at this deal. In the meantime, here we are. Just a thought. It's just me ranting and raving about what I see happening here. It is an unbelievable scenario today on the SPIR. 716 last trade, down 5.36 a share on SPIR Global. I do not see CNBC covering it anywhere. Unless anyone's seen it, you let me know. I've seen the odd write-up on it, but I don't think the writers are getting it. I don't think they understand it. I don't think they can see the manipulation, or they're not queuing into it, or they're hired by the entity itself that's really doing all this to scatter a deflection away and try to convince you that the stock is down because the company's about to dilute themselves to the nth degree, which is not true whatsoever. We'll keep an eye on it, obviously, because this is ridiculous. 720 right now, down 533. That is a very strange market indeed. Other shares we're following here, Rocket Lab has been battling back all day to come back into positive territory. We were as low as $14.94 this morning, and that was down, $1.10, whatever it was on the day. We're now at $16.08, down a nickel on 3.6 million shares. The shares have been climbing nicely since about 9:45 this morning. Twice they've broken into positive territory and then they backed off, but the stock seems to be going up 2 steps down, 1, 2 down. So it's on an upward trajectory right now, and it might break through here. SoFi holding a gain all day long, 16.27 right now, up 39 cents. We're 12 cents away from the high of the day on 13.6 million volume. Volume is lower than lately. It's not as heavy as lately, but the stock is up again. And SoFi's story this week has been, I think, very positive, especially this financing arrangement. The market, I believe, is totally underestimating what is happening, and it could be that we are a couple of business days away from a breakout, because I just get the impression that this banker, the charter for the bank is going to come through, and I think we're on our way. GameStop up 97 cents at 176.44. The range has been very little today. 172 for the low, 179 for the high. We're roughly $7 volume movement from high to low. Volume 1.2 million, very quiet day. Up 97 cents. Matterport down 45 cents to 18.46. They opened high this morning at 18.98. That was the first trade this morning. But it was straight down to 18.22, now 18.47, and the volume of 1.8 million shares at this point. 23andMe had a start with a $9 opening, 12 cents higher than where we are now, got as low as 8.61. So we've only had a 39-cent range, and we're down 16 cents at 8.90. 850,000 traded. Not a lot to get excited about. Smart Rent up 80 cents, having a good day. It's been up all day. It started with a nice run, a little back off, and now another run, steady all day. 13.82, up 80 cents. 393,000 traded on the day for Smart Rent. SPIR, as I mentioned, 718. ATIP 380, unchanged. It was down this morning to 363, came back again, but it seems to be stuck at 380. It can't get over it. There's a line, an invisible field, a force field, can't break 380 a share. Don't know what's going on. I don't know why. 726,000 traded, and I don't know why it can't go over 380. Someone is holding it down. Something is holding it down. Xterra down a penny at 924, 905 low, 931 high, 924 last trade, 285,000 shares. Not a lot going on there today. AMC up 67 cents. Robinhood down 14. Vanek Vectors has finally broken the break-even line, up 3 cents. It was as low as 252.35. It's now 256.30, almost a $4 recovery, and we're back to just over the break-even line. Home Depot up 293, been climbing since this morning's opening after dropping off, and it's been coming back on. IBM, $143.67. I don't know how many of you have options on these. I hope there's a bunch of you with long-term contracts on these. We're up 474 to 143.67. We are just about at the high of the day here. I just get the impression, maybe, just maybe, the street is beginning to figure it out that the split for Kendall is a good thing for the stockholders as a whole. And maybe now this thing will pick up what it should have been doing weeks ago, but didn't. We were as low as 137 last week or early this week, 143.67 on IBM. The Dow having a wonderful day, up 517 points. The Dow was as low as 33,785 at the low. We're now 33,631. So we have climbed 215 plus 3, 575 points from the low to the high all day long here. And it's since 10 o'clock this morning. And it's showing no signs of letting up. The Dow is definitely moving higher. We're up 51 on S&P, by the way. We're up 105 on NASDAQ. The winner of the day is the Dow, 1.53% gain. S&P up 1.2%, NASDAQ up 0.74%. Oil up 1% at 75-cent gain to 75.78. Microsoft up 584, 590, back to $287. It was 305 last week, so it's got a ways to go yet. Apple 141.88, up 38 cents, off 9% from its highs. Tesla down 334 at 772. Bed Bath Beyond still under pressure, 1680 down 48 cents today. BlackBerry up 4 cents to 977. Royal Caribbean 92.59 up 364, got as high as 93.91 today. Recovered all of its loss from yesterday. Still behind a little bit from its recent highs, but having an interesting day. Again, 94.60 was the high last week. Stock is way overpriced. But what can I tell you, folks? But people want to go cruising and they're just buying the stock, figuring if I buy the stock, everything's great. I don't understand it. 381 on Goldman Sachs, up 3.25. That was 372 about 2 weeks ago. 376 a couple days ago, 381 now. The stock is way underpriced. And there's a brief recap of most of the stocks we're following. Rocket Lab, as I said, down a dime at 1603. SoFi up 37 to 1626. And over on SPIR, down 517 a share at 735, 736 a share. Ridiculous, manipulated, getting hammered from all sides. This stock needs and deserves a buy wave from retail investors. Retail investors could pop this thing to $30 a share. If these guys who are shorting this thing deliberately were to get caught with their pants down from a buy wave from retail investors, SPIR would go to $30 a share because it would be so over shorted. It'll blow them out of the water. It'll blow their options out of the water. It'll blow their stock positions out of the water. They'd have to turn around and buy the stock back. But I don't know if there's that kind of power to offset this. And I don't know if there's is there a hedge fund? Is there a hedge fund that's the linchpin on this, which could mean other hedge funds might gang up on them and run this thing the other way? I don't know. And what I keep wondering about is, how do they know? How were they aware of all this info, that this filing info was going to come out today by the company? The timing is brilliant. As far as, hitting the stock the same day that the filing was done. They had to have known in advance, and that means inside contacts. And that's a disturbing thing to think about. Or they duped somebody on the inside that doesn't know any better, and they've divulged timing secrets to these guys, and they jumped on it. I really do not know. 725 was just a 740 a second ago. 725 right now. This stock is going to be kept under 750 at all costs, unless a buying wave comes in to take these guys out. And I don't know if there's enough of it available at this point in time. We've had 9.6 million shares trade today, and I don't know how many shares it would take to run this thing back to $10 today. And I don't know what the level is. I don't know if it broke 10, would that bust these guys? If it went back to 12, would that bust these guys? Somewhere there's a number that will destroy them. because the higher the shares go, the higher the calls will be worth, and more calls will be in the money. And the lower the puts will go, and again, some of them will be out of the money. There will come that equilibrium where all the dough that they're up will disappear and evaporate, because every share price, every dime it goes up means more shares it get more expensive to buy back. And there will be a point in time where the opposite takes place. We have a George Costanza where this thing just goes the opposite, and all of a sudden the stock goes the other direction, and then it could be $10 higher than where it is now and go up to 17 from 7. That's just the beginning. I don't know. We're at 730 a share. We're jumping around like crazy right now. Volume now is 9.6 million shares on the stock. 9,680,000 shares from what I can tell you. And I really wonder what the heck is going on. It is an amazing thing to witness. I don't like it. But if in the end this thing goes back to 15, I'm going to love it, because I know a lot of you have taken advantage of this dip to jump in here and score this stuff. Just steal this paper, because this company, legit company, taking over another company right now in the middle of a takeover. I think they're just getting beaten up by some kind of a hedge fund speculator, and the SEC is letting them do it. That's my take on it. Prove me wrong. Just prove me wrong. Tell me what's really going on, and I'll say, okay, if that's what it is, that's what it is. But I don't see anything else. 222 gain on GameStop, 177.69. Alrighty, there it is. Thank you everybody for being here so far. Appreciate that you're here. I thought I would just go public right now rather than wait and see what's going on. Someone just told me that they checked SPIR's financials and they said they're ridden in debt. Is that true? I doubt it. I also believe if I read this correct, there are 6.6 million warrants outstanding that could bring in about $75 million at $11.50 a piece. That is money into the treasury if they were to be exercised, but they're not going to be exercised at $11.50 if the stock's $7.37, right? So management has a want, a need, and a desire to get the shares up because they want the warrants exercised. As of last night, when they were $12 a share, the warrants were in the money. As of now, the warrants are out of the money. And again, if you're trying to manipulate the market to the downside, this is the weapon you use. You crush the stock and you make everybody feel deflated, and the warrant holders all of a sudden are out of the money. They don't have equity. All the holders of call options that are legitimate holders, they're out of the money, all over the place from $7.50 all the way up. This is how you play the game. On the other hand, though, if you know what it is that's going on, that is truly being manipulated, you pick up you just start buying this cheap stock. Anything under $11.50, you buy it, and that moves it the other way. Takes these guys completely out to lunch. But I can't say. I don't know. Swinson Terry, I'm grinning ear to ear about the price action on SPIR today. I got me a $7.50 call on a few hundred shares. Couldn't be happier. There you go. Uncle Bruce, I just applied for options this morning on Fidelity. I'd like to buy call options as far out on SPIR, and I want a riskier bet. What do you suggest, 12.50 or 15s out to May 2022? Well, those contracts will be cheap because they're way out of the money right now. Smart money is buying 750s and 10s. But look, a lot can happen between now and then for sure. Cash on hand for the company, $36.2 million. They got money. What do you think of NVIDIA? I have no idea. Is SPIR worth it? I think so. I think that they're running a legitimate operation. Two buy recommendations with an average of $16 a share, and I think more were coming. Picked up a ton of SPIR at $7.25. Wish me luck. Okay, we'll keep it on hold. Let's see. Yeah, we're talking, Michael, all about this here. Thank God I bought calls way out. And what can I say? I did do a notification that I was going live, but some of you may not have gotten it. And those who are coming here normally will figure it out shortly. They'll join in. Welcome one, welcome all to the early rebroadcast or the early closing hour. 734 on SPIR, down 519 a share. Right now, I think it's being held under 750 on purpose. It would be interesting if it were to take a shot this afternoon. If a whole wave of buying came in and just crushed these guys, could it go to 8, 850, and 9? Yep, it still have a down day, but it could have a real run here. Over the weekend, I could imagine Wall Street Bets pages will be just filled with conspiracy theories. It'll be interesting to see if there's a consensus out there that this thing is being manipulated. We'll see what's going on. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. And let's see. Where is SoFi headed? A lot of people are saying that the charter's already priced in. I don't think so. 12s or the $12 contracts for Spire apparently 68 cents. Spire is uploading space chain to their satellites for a space based blockchain. That's right. They've announced deals left, right, and center with all kinds of entities. They do contract work for governments. These guys are solid, and they're a growing concern. Been around a number of years, and they're doing just fine. Corporately growing beautifully, but the stock's being manipulated. There's no question about it. Let's see. And the SoFi Bank charter. I think Monday, Tuesday. I have a suspicion by then we'll probably know more. I just kind of get that vibe. This $1 billion plus financing for SoFi is huge. What does the charter mean for SoFi? Changes the company dramatically to become literally a bank. They can now take deposits, which will be insured, and they can now turn around and use that capital to lend. Right now, they have to borrow money of their own to lend. They cannot lend out depositors' money. But with the charter, they can take deposits and they can lend that out. They can make the margin spread. So they pay you 1% interest, they charge 5% interest to somebody else, or they pay you 2% interest, they charge 8% to somebody else. They make the spread just like all the other banks. Same thing, big deal. It's a big deal. So stacks. So if I bought 10,000 1250s and it reached 1250, what is this $10,000 worth? If you bought $10,000 of 1250s, well, obviously if you're buying 1250 contracts right now at 68 cents, and the stock goes to 1250, very quickly those contracts might reach a level of $1.50, $2. You'll be double, triple, quadruple your money pretty quick. Are we live? Yes, we are. Never bought an option for it, but this seems a little ridiculous. What can I tell you? You think this isn't ridiculous? Down 5 something a share? That's ridiculous. Unbelievable. That blockchain for SPIR is going to be a big deal. I believe it. Yeah, I believe it. I think this SPIR company is going to do extremely, extremely well. This has been a most interesting day. We have got a 506-point gain on the Dow, 51.8 on S&P. We're up 114 on NASDAQ. Good day today, big recovery day from this week's crazy action. And Uncle Bruce, what blue chip stocks would you recommend for selling covered calls? I recommend buying, if you don't already have shares, I would be buying poor man calls. So I'd be buying deep in the money call contracts on Microsoft, Apple, IBM, Goldman Sachs. And then I would turn around and write short-term call options against those options and bring in premiums. If you have 100 shares or more of any of those stocks, those 4 right there would be some of my favorites. I even Facebook, throw it in. There you go. Anyway, what else is going on here? Laugh out loud. I'm not going to weigh in on whether or not you should spend 10 grand on SPIR calls. Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't recommend it as a unless you have $1 million to waste. You got 10 grand lying around. Okay, what can I say? You think it's going to go lower in the coming week? I mean, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. But I don't know how much more manipulation this thing's going to get. Or I'm going to say I doubt it, only because those who needed it to get here have got it here. There's really little more to make from here now. You wrote your puts last week at $4, $6, $8, $10. You wrote your calls last week at $4, $6, $8, $10 a piece. Now they're sitting at book value 0. You scored. If you can hold it here, you've scored. So Lower, I don't think so, but around here, I do think so. Yeah, yeah. Well, didn't someone once say you need to risk it to get the biscuit or bacon? How is this legal? I don't know. Do you see SoFi a better buy or Spire? I'm not going to go there. Two different stories, two different ways, two different entire situations. Uh, you're on your own. You're on your own. Let's see. Spire 1630 up 41 cents right now. The high today 1639, 14 million traded. SoFi definitely looking better today as the day has worn on. It's just been climbing the last 3-4 hours now at this level. We're down 21 on Rocket Lab, 1592. We've got Matterport still down 41 cents. We have ME down only 8 now at 898. We got Smart Rent still holding a gain of 65 cents. Spire 739. Can it break 750? So far, the last 4 hours, hasn't been able to do it. ATIP unchanged at 380. Can't break 380. Can't get over it. Why can't ATIP break 380 a share? What's going on? Someone stepped in the way here and has got a sell order at 380 a share, and they won't let it go. I don't know what's going on here, but it's like a force field. There, ever since 1 o'clock this afternoon, there's a force field on ATIP. Can't get over 380. Sextera up a dime now to 936. Just broke through here in the last 10 minutes and has now popped about 7, 8, 9 cents just in the last few minutes. 291,000 volume at this point in time. All right. Spire 744, 6 cents away from 750. Can Spire break 7.5? A lot of you have 750 contracts way out there. Got to get over 750 to be in the money. What's going to happen? 745 right now is the last trade on Spire. Volume 9.88 million. So what can we get? We have 1 hour, 3 minutes to go in our day. This is normally when I come on with an hour to go or so. But today we're on a little early just to kind of stay on top of this Spire story. Since I had a good nap this morning after my early show. Thank you for all of you who were here this morning. Sorry I was so tired, but boy, this guy's been battling the dental issues I've been up against. But I'm getting better. We're getting better. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, well, I own 10,000 ATIP at 750. Took a bath and averaged down. I own 7,500 SoFi. Looking for something a little different. Austin, your time is coming, I think. And let's hope it's going to happen big time. We're up 41 cents now to 16.29 on SoFi at this point in time. And Spire 749, 755. That's the first time we have broken 750 since this morning at 10 in the morning. We haven't had this happen for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. 5 hours we have not been able to break 750 on Spire. It just hit it. What's going on? What kind of volume are we going to get to take a shot on this thing? And what kind of recovery can it get? I don't know. Is this going to get slammed again with another million shares of shorting? Or are the shorters running out of bullets? I really don't know. It is, in my opinion, is being manipulated like you cannot believe. 755 right now on Spire. And the low of the day, $6.66. So we're almost 90 cents recovered from the low. Still down on the day. 755, 757 on your Spire now. I mean, every penny is important. 758, every one of them. If this can break through here, there could be a gap, a dollar or two. Could be. I'm not saying there will be, but there could be because there was a gap of $5 on the way down here. Could there be a gap of 5 on the way up or $2 on the way up? 760 right now, 760 a share on Spire. This is fascinating. 10 million volume now. We've broken 10 million volume. This got to be practically a record. I just wonder where the street is on this thing. What is the street doing? Hey, Mr. V, thanks for giving it what you got, Uncle Bruce. We appreciate you, brother. Laughing out loud, sweating, watching the charts. I got around 300 shares between 696 and 710. Integration of blockchain and space technologies helps. create a decentralized satellite infrastructure in which decentralized satellite applications. What does that mean? I do not know, but it sounds fancy because ASPIRE is selling shares. I'll tell you what happened. I put in a buy order for 720 and the stock doesn't want me to own it. There, that's why 754 right now. I mean, SPIRE drop can be built and run without the need for any land-based infrastructure. I'm getting a squeezy feeling about SPIRE. I'm getting a squeezy feeling. 1630 on SoFi up 42. SPIRE 753, 754. And there you are. Day late, Bruce. Well, I'm here. I don't know where you are. I'm always here. Welcome, one and all. I don't know, man. This is something. Man. It's going to be something. This is going to be something here. Where are we at now? 753, 751. So we got to 760. First time since 10 this morning. Now here we're getting a little bit of back and fill. We'll follow it. 1630 on SoFi at 43 cents. Let's go SoFi. Smart Rent still up to 1375. ATIP down a half a penny. Cannot break 380. ATIP has not been able to break 380 for 3 hours. What's going on? Sextera up 6 cents. IBM up 469 to 143.62. The Dow up 566. Real positive vibe on the Dow, and SPIRE is down 505, 748 now. Last trade back under 750, 748 now, 742, getting crushed. Stocks coming in, sellers are coming in, or a seller from different angles coming in and hitting this stock. 741, 742. The war is on. I suspect this is a war between buyers and sellers. I'm just saying. I don't know. What else is going on? It means SPIRE will be able to run a blockchain in space without connection. This is a big deal. And let's see. Biggest trade I ever made. I've been making money in a couple of weeks on SPIRE. Go SPIRE. It kind of does feel squeezy, doesn't it? It feels and looks squeezy. Exactly. This is being manipulated lower. 745 right now, 743. It's being held lower by forces that are not natural. This is not natural trading at all. There's no way that a stock stays down $5.08 after being at 12 bucks, 12.50. No way. No. The bargain hunter should have moved this back to 8, 9 bucks already, if not 10. And it's being artificially held here. I'm sure of it. I'm just sure of it. Bruce is right. Look at the order book. SPIRE going up. They attack companies that can't do buybacks. Wake up. Maybe that's it. I don't know. It's a brand new company. What can I say? 742 to 745 here right now on the SPIRE. Unbelievable. We now have 57 minutes to go in the day before we shut her down. Headline of New Motley Fool, new article, down 50%. This fintech IPO has 10 times potential. That is SoFi. Daniel picked up 5 calls for 750 strike for February. Beautiful job. In other words, SPIRE will be able to bounce off satellites around the world, make it faster than current blockchains. It's a big deal. Scott, it ran up to 19 really quick and now down to 7. Pump and dump. The secret ingredient to all of this is a crime. Although it really is a secret if anyone knows what's going on. It's a big flippin' deal, says Anti-PC. It's a big flippin' deal. 740 right now on SPIRE. Last trade. Volume now 10.12 million on the stock. And I'm certain it's being held here by artificial forces. And it's unreal. Okay. Rob, Bruce, I'm sorry. I felt a little trolley today. And I've just been holding the SPIRE down today, buying and selling the same share over and over again at 740, 744. I'll stop real soon. I promise, buddy. I stop real soon. Ali, is it still a buy at this? Oh, yeah, under 10. Under 10, it's a buy. I did my research today. Deal was made the 28th of September. And it's going down, says Yippee-ki-yay. We're at 737 right now, another 3 cents lower, being hit. SoFi, nice movements today. SoFi, 16.29 up 41 cents, having a good day. Again, I have no idea what SPIRE even is, but I own it and I'm up. John, is it possible that hedge funds short companies hoping to ruin the company's share price, then step in and buy it at a discount, take it private again? No, they're not. No, they're not going to try and take it private again. No, no, no. That's not their plan. Erica Bruce, I'll warn you one more time. You missed it twice. As a security consultant, please be cautious when sharing your entire screen. Share cropped screenshots only. Don't say I didn't warn you. I appreciate it, Erica. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, and I appreciate it. Alrighty, 736 on Spire right now. 736 down 517 a share. 734. It's still coming in, getting hit. No reason for this stock to be sold off. None whatsoever. Absolutely none whatsoever. Yeah, SoFi is up on 1/3 of the volume it's been trading at lately. That's right. All of a sudden, it doesn't take a lot of volume to move SoFi. Go figure. Isn't that funny? Bruce, what motivation would force someone to burn Spire? Exactly. You're long. If you're short call options and you're long put options, and you can create a scenario where you can dump the stock down to this level, keep it under 750, and all those call options die worthless, you're motivated. You are motivated to the tune of tens of millions of dollars. That might be what's going on. Here we go. Boom. 1,000 filled at 731. Oh, my. Showing 743 right now. Nice score if you got it, Michael. Nice score if you got that price. Nice going. 743 on Spire. 744, 746 coming on again. Spire sold a bunch of stock. That is why they didn't sell a bunch of stock. They didn't. I'm feeling squeezy too. That's right. They're only filing their picture of what could be happening with their stock. They're not issuing anything from Treasury that hasn't been already talked about in the past, hasn't already been cleared. This is the big misconception out there. 747 on the stock. 747 again, coming on for another little buy wave here. I'm feeling squeezy. That's what I'm wondering. 748. Enough volume come in here could run this thing. Could really run it, but I don't see enough coming in yet. Not yet. 749 right there. Yeah, 749. My ATIP January 23 calls I bought just moved 50 cents. Make sure, Rob, that is accurate, because that trade, the trade before might have been yesterday. Like I don't know. What's ATIP doing? 380. Still sitting at 380. Has anyone noticed this force field on ATIP? Check out your stock chart if you can. Here's the ATIP stock chart on my phone. Sorry about the glare, but look here. Look at this here. This whole thing right here. This right here. It can't go over. It won't go over 380. It's just stopped there. It's like blocked. It is unusual, very unusual to see that. I mean, really artificial to see that. Why would the stock be being held back at 380 on ATIP? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. I can't put my anyone can tell me. I'd love to know, but I don't understand it. 742 now in Spire. 742, 743, 748 just jumped again. Okay. I did just buy 10 shares, though. It's an awesome price. I mean, 100. Daniel, I really hope I get exercised on the 10-15 covered calls I wrote on Spire 2 weeks ago. Sold them at 840. They're worth 2 cents today. So there you go. Let's see. Uncle Bruce, I have no dry powder, but I have 6 SoFi calls with a $15 strike expiring October 15. I paid $1. Should I sell and get some Spire? I have none of that. I have 400 SoFi and 20 other contracts. Your SoFi, 1628, you're in the money. You're going to expire in 2 weeks, obviously, on these contracts, but maybe you sell half of them, sell 3 of them, go the other, use the proceeds on 3 and keep 3. And I don't know. You got to figure out what to do. I don't know. I'm just here, just trying to comment on what's going on. Theoretically, if the stock hits about 10.2 million volume and it was all shorting, then about 7% of the company could have been shorted today. Theoretically, yeah. It's a tabletop. That's right. That's the ATIP. It's a tabletop. It's unbelievable. Let's see. Yeah, Drop is saying that, hey, damn it, Jim. Spire is a leading global provider of space-based data analytics and space services, navigation and weather with blockchain, that is DSI, decentralized satellite infrastructure. Think fintech. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Um, have you ever seen so many examples of squeeze potential in all your years? I tell you, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Something happened to AMC a few months ago. Well, that's right. A few months ago, AMC went from what, 712 to 72 on a mega squeeze. The retailers took it over and up it went. And it's been, you know, 30s to 60s ever since, I guess. Spire, 745, now 750 on Spire. Will it do another run? Uh, Slap about. So you're the one. You were the one to resuscitate Spire. I'm the only one talking about it. Does anyone talk about Spire other than me? Does anyone talk about SoFi every day other than me? Does anyone talk about Matterport? Does anyone talk about 23andMe, SmartRent, ATIP, Sextera? Does anyone else talk about these? I don't think so. I'm probably the only one. Um, and that's why my viewers who are into this Spire, I think are going to do very well. I think you're going to do really well. You're in at a real early price, but you got to tolerate this kind of stuff. This is ridiculous, just ridiculous. And let's see, damage in drops. Sorry, I just watched it today. I have a good feeling. I got 5 Spire March 22 $8 calls, paid $1.45. Anyway, let's see here. SoFi, $1.1 billion in bonds of face value, 100 already trading at 103.5. Is this legit info? I don't know if that's true or not, because I believe the deal closes Monday, but I'm not in the bond department, so forgive me. I can't comment. I can't verify any of that. Canceled the option account and tried to buy 10 shares at 7:30 and said, I'm just not getting on the boat today. Spire 743. I was talking about. I'll talk about that, Michael. Let's go. Uncle Bruce, is it worth placing a put on Matterport at 1750 strike for November 19 to get about 150 US dollars? Okay, Matterport is 1872. You write a put contract, you're guaranteed to buy the stock at 1750, and you're getting paid $1.50 up front. So your net cost would be $16. So 1874, you'd be on the hook at 16 net. If it stays above 1750, obviously you score the entire $1.50. I don't see anything wrong with the trade, but I'm not excited about it because there isn't very much premium for you. There's a bit. I mean, you put up 1,750 to score $150. So you're getting about 9% on your money until November 19th. So 7 weeks, not a bad return on your money. If you wrote a 20, I don't know if you'll get much in any kind of a better premium. If you wrote maybe a December or January 17 and a half or 20 maybe, but this one here, you could make some money here. He makes us money. Says hello, Rita. Yeah, Kramer trash Matterport, and it's been down ever since. And let's see. The ATIP call said only 2 volume. Highest bid now is 210. They're long out, so not much movement. All right. Yeah, I'm a technology person, and I understand how big this is on Spire. And the Spire now 755, 757 on Spire. We're popping up again. Will it break this 760 barrier, hit another high from just a few minutes ago? Will it break that 760 number? We'll find out in a minute here. 755, 757 on Spire right now. Let's see. The hair's fine, Bruce. What hair? I keep looking for it. I'm going, where is it? When is it going to grow back? What happened to it all? Where did it go? Anyway, SoFi is moving, says anti-PC. 1633. We broke through 1630 on SoFi. All right. Giotti, Spire's moving. SoFi's moving. GameStop's moving. It's Friday. I'm feeling great. 757 on SPIRE. Will it break higher or not? GameStop up $2. SoFi now 16.33 up 45 cents. Smart Rent up 61 cents at 13.64. 753, 757 on SPIRE. Wanting to see if there's any kind of movement here. Actually, let's see what's going on here. Kelly Smith says SoFi just did a $450 million ABS asset-backed security plus the $1.1 billion note offering. 16.34 on the stock, up 46 cents. Let's see. The pimply-faced kid in charge of the SPIRE account at the hedge fund is watching Bruce and got spooked, letting it rise slowly to avoid the uncle's wrath. Well, I'm showing the price between 747 and 757, and so I don't know what to believe here. I think we're back to 747. All right, somebody doesn't like 760 on SPIRE. That's right. SoFi, 1634, 1635. Anti-PC, you're keeping a sharp eye on it, as you should, because SoFi is able to break out at any moment to 2025 a share, just anytime. 23andMe might go green, says John Biscuit. We're only down a penny. 905 on ME here. Guess what? That's the high of the day. ME on a million shares volume. It's the high of the day. The Dow's up 630 points. What more do you want? The market is running higher, and it's time for our stocks to turn green here. S&P is up 66. NASDAQ up 155. SPIRE 748. Come on, you guys. Let's go. Bought a bunch of SPIRE Feb 22 $5 calls for $240 this morning. That's all right. That's quite all right. I like that deal. 750 on SPIRE. Let's go. Let's see. Is there trivia tonight, Bruce? Yes, 7 o'clock Eastern. There damn well better be, says Andy PC. The Hedgies told Uncle Bruce if he keeps SPIRE on 750, they'll bring him bagels Monday morning. I don't believe it. I think they're lying to me. They're lying. Oh, man. 750 on the SPIRE now. 1634 on SoFi. Come on, SoFi. Break out. Let's go. ATIP, 380 a share and not a penny higher. 380. Glass ceiling on ATIP. Does anyone notice that? Anyone notice it? What is going on? I really wonder, is anyone paying attention out there to some of this ridiculous manipulation that's happening? It's unbelievable. SPIRE 750 now, 744, 740. Now it's coming off again. It's getting hit again. SPIRE getting hit again, 740. Here we go. That pimply-faced kid just put another sell order in. Let's see. So much for sober October, says Austin. Uncle Bruce, I just listened to the first 20 minutes of this afternoon's broadcast. What you are describing was posted a few days ago on Reddit. I'll email you the due diligence. Thank you, but it's now happening. No volume on ATIP. Everyone's seeing red, but all I see is a lot of green for me. Auntie is laughing. 743, 742 on SPIRE. ATIP, 816,000 shares, cannot break 380 a share. Can't go over it. There's a force field that will not allow the stock to trade over 380 a share since 3 o'clock this afternoon. It's now been, since 1 in the afternoon. It's now been 1 hour, 20 minutes that ATIP cannot break 380 a share, and I don't know why. No matter how many shares coming in to buy, it won't break 380 a share. But SPIRE all over the place today, says Warren. February 750 calls at $1.60 and many shares at $7, beginning to look good now. And you think if I put in the bid for 381, they take it? You won't get it. You'll be filled. You'll be filled at 379,999 or something like that. From what I can tell you, 744 to 746 on SPIRE again. Get on up, SoFi. Get on up, baby. Get on up, 1632. And let's see. You're right, Bruce. Watching Active Trader Pro, and ATIP is just stuck at 380. It's crazy. It's a glass ceiling. It's a force field. someone is literally not allowing the stock to break 380. Andy, it's in time and sales. ATIP only buy order at 380, no sells at all. Last 5 minutes. No investigations. No manipulation here. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. 745 on Spire, 1631 on SoFi, 1588 down 24 on Rocket Lab. A GameStop up 224. Matterport down 20 cents, 1871, trying to come up. ME at 903. It's down 3 cents, but it is 903. Smart Rent 1364 up 62. Spire 750 a share on Spire. Andy, I just got filled at 380. Wouldn't fill at 379. There you go. Never seen anything like it either. Arco, Bruce, do you think Spire is headed for the same torture ATIP is under? Is there a catalyst to bring it back to 10? I have no idea. I really, I can only report to you what I see. This is wild. 748 now. I bought a Spire call earlier today as well. Says F. Hispano. Strike $9. Expiry May. Paid a bit too much, I think, 150 US. Let's see. That is not what the order book shows, says Cheddar. Michael, that's because it hasn't hit 379, and it keeps blipping between 380 and 379.5. Dave, check out the volume on the option for Spire expiring October 15, 750 calls. Liz, I did it. I have 1,000 shares of Spire. That makes the math easy squeezy. It's an easy squeezing out. Selling Feb 15 puts for Spire. A Bargoon at 9 today. Yes. So you're selling a $15 put on Spire at 15. And it's at 745. You're obligated to pay net $6 on Spire. Yeah, what a deal. Thank you very much. Sure, stock goes to $10 a share. You get to keep $4 on this thing. Yeah, you're making money. You're just making money. I like it. A 743 on the stock, 743 on Spire, 1634 on SoFi. Wow. I'm starting to feel like the contracts that were on offer while these companies were SPACs have been targeted. Cody, make money and support their SPACs. Bad IPO, good agenda. Nice job, Liz, says Michael. Drops within the partnership with Space Chain. Spire will be able to fintech apps, examples, Moneyline, Robinhood, Chime, Nubank, Mint, Revolt, Coinbase, N26. Do you get it now? Do you get it now? It's big. It's huge. I got my Spire and SoFi. Let's go, BB. I made Uncle Bruce laugh. That's awesome. So my GameStop covered call, 167.50 for today. I wrote for $6. Ran on me, and I bought it back for 10 this morning. I wrote a 170 for next Friday for $11. Now you go. Now you're talking. Way to go there, Rob. You know what you're doing. That was squeezy. Gagan, I bought 200 more shares of SoFi at 1588. SoFi at 1588. Almost maxed out my position, and now I'm just going to wait for it to hit 45 plus. That's a good strategy. 1632 up 44 on SoFi. Spire 743 right at the moment. Volume on Spire now 10.52 million. It is not exceptional. It is not exceptional volume. It's just buying, but it's not a million every 15 minutes or anything like that. It's not even a million an hour. It's not that heavy. It's a 3-bagger, Gagon. That's what it is. We have 37 minutes to go before we shut the day down and the week down. The Matterport is only down 15 cents now to 1876. We're down 3 on 23andMe, just 3 cents away. Keep coming. We're at 742 on Spire, 739 on Spire, getting hit again. Another wave of selling coming in to keep it crushed, keep it down. As long as there isn't a 5 million an hour trading on Spire, it will get crushed. It needs a buy wave from retail investors of gargantuan proportions. That will take these guys down, because you want to knock these guys out for millions, you've got to have millions. These guys are trying to make tens of millions. So we need the street to come in with a wave of buying, a serious wave. But it could run this thing. Oh my God! If the buying came in to like 50 million, 100 million of buying came into this stock over 3 or 4 days, this thing would be gone into the 20s. The shorters will turn around and try to get back their positions, and they will just be competing with all the buyers. But right now, Not happening. Let's see. My dad bought 800 Spire shares today, under $7. And I bought into Spire. What? Why did it drop so badly again? Credits out. That's it. I ran out of my dry powder. Too many bargains out there today. Scared to sell any SoFi covered call since it's boiling and will pop any time. Going to sell plasma to buy more Spire. SoFi 1634 up 45 cents. Spire 738, 739. That's where we're at right here. What a morning, says John Bickman. Rolled over my November 15s on Spire to 750s for February. Took profits from GameStop and loaded up on Spire and SoFi. Averaged down to ATIP. So more. Let's go. We're getting ready to make more moves. Let's see. 5 cents away from my Spire boat ticket. Spire is on restricted. Yeah. Does that cause it to stay at the 740s? No, that shouldn't. 742 right now. Let's see. Boat ticket. Don't you want a rocket ticket? Is it time to buy Spire? Motley Fool wrote article on Spire drop. Wells Fargo has not allowed me to buy Spire all day long. Was trying to pick up some cheap shares in a relatives IRA. Maybe this contributed to the crash if other brokers did the same. I do not know. Abram, Uncle Bruce, this is why you don't recommend to buy any contracts that expires too soon. There you go. There you go. That's why we do. That's why I do these lessons. Right. 740 on Spire. 1632 on SoFi. We're up 569 on the Dow. We have one. What do we got left? 34 minutes to go in the day. I'm just gonna plug in my big S iPad here. I'm losing charge. There we go. We're coming into the last 34 minutes, kids. Larry is here. My bell ringer. How you doing, buddy? Joanna, come on, Wales, Spire, and ATIP. Spire, November 19, bid price 750 strike is not moving from 115. Even when it pops into the money, need much more volatility to budge. Glad I bought more Matterport at 1834 today, 1872 now. Good afternoon, Bruce. I remember that Spire, NSH SPAC, which was Navside Holdings, showed they only had 27 million shares. How did they end up getting so many more shares? Thanks. Well, they ended up getting taken over by Spire. Spire, the private company, had shares outstanding itself. It was worth a certain amount of money. It then took over the NAV site, and the NAV site had their numbers of shares added to the number of shares that Spire has, and you got a new combined total of how many shares exist. And we're in the neighborhood of about 133 million shares, ballpark. Michael, yeah, I have $16 contracts on Spire expiring October 15th. I knew it was a gamble, but damn, didn't expect a 50% drop. Laugh out loud. I have never heard him call anything other than my big ass iPad. Laugh out loud. So funny to me. This is my big ass iPad. Look at this thing. It's huge. It's the size of my head. It's massive. It's huge. Big ass giant iPad that I got here. And then I got my big ass iPad pencil, which is regulation size, but it's the pencil for this iPad. Anyway, let's see here. Tasty Works is not allowing to buy and sell Spire calls either. They said it has a lot to do with some fraudulent move being detected. I think it's a bunch of BS. If a broker doesn't allow you to buy or sell, call, or put contracts that the exchanges allow to trade, the broker's the problem right there. Yeah, I saw that, but they didn't touch on this block screen for FinTech app. I did the research. When Space Chain is uploaded to Spire satellites, watch it take off. 739 to 740 on Spire. SoFi a buy now. SoFi 1629. It's a buy. Let's see. That's huge. This thing about Spire. This is huge. And there we have it. I have no idea what dropped MNRA today. Don't follow it. Don't follow it as a stock. 1629 on SoFi. We're down only 7 cents on Rocket Lab. 1606 now. We're only down 7 cents. GameStop up 121. Matterport down 26. ME down 7 to 8.99. Smart Rent up 61 cents. Spire up 515, dropped to 738. ATIP 380 a share, unchanged, flat as a pancake. Invisible force field will not let it go over 380 a share. I don't know why. I do not know why the stock cannot go over 380 a share. Something's up on ATIP. I don't know what the heck it is. Anybody know? You let me know. Wow. 553 gain on the Dow. This is crazy. Joe says, I picked up 10 SPIRE February 750s at the bottom today. I finally did something right. Way to go, Joe. Dave, honestly, this is just a great opportunity to get SPIRE at probably the lowest we'll ever see. Huge option potential. Carlos, Bruce, when SPIRE took that after hours hit 10% in one moment, would that have been the market manipulator, or was that real reaction to the share dilution? Then they do the shorting. I'm kind of wondering if whoever knew, like whoever was plotting this move, got the word from inside the company somehow, some way. They found out that this filing was going through. Then they moved. That's when they made their move. I'm speculating. I don't know. I can't prove it. I can just tell you what happened to the market. It dropped $2+ a share like that in the aftermarket on like less than 5,000 shares. No stock does that. That's not normal. And then no one came in to defend it. Nobody came in to defend it. And anyone who tried to defend it, I think they got filled at all you want at whatever price you want to pay. This morning, first thing, down it went, and it's been staying down ever since. We're 735 on SPIRE. Try and tell me what it is. Help me out here. Prove me wrong. Give me another thesis. Anything. Tell me. No one's got anything. It's frustrating not being able to buy SPIRE. Thinkorswim has been letting me trade the options on SPIRE, but Wells Fargo didn't let me buy the stock outright. What's going on there? Crazy ATIP barcoding. It's weird. Merck showed over 50% reduction in fatalities and severe cases on COVID. There's that pill, right? I think a market maker is controlling order flow. They are probably trying to unwind a bad position they have. Just a guess, though, seems relevant these days. Andy A, and that could be on ATIP, right? Bobby, come on. 4 cents, then SPIRE can go above again. So close. I think cryptocurrency wallet in space with a partnership with SPIRE and Spacecoin. Oh, man. John's untouched by Uncle Bruce. Fidelity, let me buy just one share of SPIRE. No issues or warning messages. What's going on? What is this crap? Why are brokerage firms limiting people's ability to buy SPIRE? What is this garbage? Where's the SEC now? This is happening in real time. We see it. We know it. We see the manipulation on the stock, complete crushing of the market. Where's the SEC on this? I have no idea. If SPIRE spikes $4 on Monday, I won't be at all surprised. Wow. Typo written Merck develops COVID pill. I'll take those fills. Let's see. The SEC will fine them for less than 1% of what they make in profit. Let's see. There we go. I bought 1,000 shares on Fidelity. Not sure what the issues are. Drops. I backed up the truck for SPIRE today. And he's saying he bought one share, or they limited him. I think they limited him to one. They got away with this. They got away of this block of retailers and games. It's all part of the normal now. Fidelity didn't block my orders. Uncle Bruce, I think the drop continues on Monday for SPIRE because Jim says, that's because I bought 2,000 this morning. That's why it's doing it. Are brokers really stopping people from buying? Michael wants to know. Uncle Bruce, my order was only one share. That's all I wanted to add. No restrictions. Okay. Hi, Bruce from Max. Hi, Max. They crashed GameStop from 350 to 160 in 15 minutes. Not a peep from the SEC. And that was with the world watching. There will be nothing for anything from ATIP or SPIRE. There'll be nothing. Of course, I think buying shares is safer with the manipulation. I don't know. SPIRE 728 coming in with some volume here. Could you turn on the air conditioning, buddy? I'm dying over here. It's hot. We're at 727 on SPIRE. 726 right now. Got a wave of selling coming in here. 1627 on SoFi, up 39 cents. That's where we're at. ATIP 380 a share. Not changing. Volume 863,000. ATIP will not go over 380 a share. There's a glass ceiling there. Can't move it. Wild. 728 on SPIRE. And 1628 on SoFi. All right. check and see you don't have a fever. Heat from the iPad. Heat from Spire. 7:30 on Spire with 25 minutes to go. The Dow up 558. S&P up 57. NASDAQ up 132. Oil up 59 cents. That's where we're at right now. Whew. Hydrate, Bruce. Hydrate. Let's see. Just put in 500 shares, and it let me go to the confirmation page. This is Vinaville. Don't know what to make of this. 728, 729 on Spire. It got to 760. That was it. Then it came whipping back down again. It got brought back here. Volume now on Spire, 10,790,000 shares. There's no buying volume coming in of any significance, even at these low levels. Not enough buying power to really take higher, which means that the shorters who are manipulating this stock will keep it here. They will keep it here to try to wipe out the value of all the calls if these guys wrote them, if that's what they did. Do we have any news on Spire? Bruce, why did you move to Calgary? I bought Spire on Fidelity, no issues. ATIP may be announcing news on new CEO this weekend. Bruce, have you heard of rumor of Google and SoFi teaming up? Brian, I have a fear, and the only prescription is more thumbs ups. I have a fever. That's right. Breaking news, ATIP still 380, laughing out loud. I sold 3 Spire 750 puts for October for $1. More free monies. 3 Spire 750 puts. Yeah, you're on the hook to pay $650 for it. Yeah, I bought 1,500 on TOS at 1 p.m. I'm pretty sure they are unwinding a position on ATIP. Certainly that was a volume, price, and time and sales look like. Is this drop in Spire have something to do with Spire's 52-week low price of $666? Asking for a religious friend. I got 3,000 Spire, 729. It's now 728, 725. That's where they're going for. Let's see. Let's see. Happy Friday, everybody. Come on, SoFi Daddy is thirsty. That's it. That's where we're at. I don't know, kids. We're just trying to do what we can with what we've got. We have 23 minutes to go in the day. Thank you all for being here today and catching up with Jennifer and I. We appreciate it very much. Hopefully you're positioning yourselves to make some money. Money can be had. It's just a matter of positioning yourself in the right contract or stock scenario. We're going to members only chat right now. Thank you all non-members. Please consider becoming a member. Join the party. Love to have you here. And use those emojis all you want and have some fun. Spire 721 right now, 721. SoFi 1630 up 42 cents. We're still down 16 on Rocket Lab, 1597. Matterport down 22. ME down 6 at $9. That's where we're at. And 380 on ATIP will not move. It is not budging. 174 thumbs ups. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate the thumbs ups. If you can throw them our way, it all helps. We do appreciate it. Growing the thumbs up numbers. Okay. Spire 722, 721. Wow. Unbelievable. Let's go here. I sold 3 Rocket Lab calls for January and bought 11 Spire $8 calls for May 2022. There you go. Let's see. On a day that cannot possibly get any weirder, IBM is up 445 on the day. It's unbelievable. Neat. 721. What the hey? Right now, 720. That's because I wrote a 145 YBM call. That's why it's going up. Uh, uh, those 8 Spire calls for May cost me about 165 bucks. Cheap. That's pretty good. I was waiting for members only. I can finally say hi, says Rob. There you go. Yeah, get a crowbar and open your wallet for a membership. Best 10 bucks you'll ever spend. Bruce, forgive me. I moved some of my ME over to Spire. It was too good of a deal. You got to do what you got to do. I wrote 2 147s. Auntie, I think my comment was for Pat Markley. Mark, Spire is going to retest 666. Well, we're at 719 right now. Let's see. There's no way IBM will go up $8 in a day, is there? I mean, there's no way. I bought 750. I bought a 750 February 22 call for 160 on Spire. Right on. Let's see. Let's go. Bitcoin's up 10% today. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. That's a lot of money. Spire 720, 722 on Spire. We've got Rocket Lab down 27. We now have SoFi up 52 to 1640. High of the day on SoFi 1640. That's right now, right here. High of the day on SoFi with 19 minutes to go. We're hitting the high of the day on your SoFi shares. 15.7 million shares. Could this be the beginning of a breakout? Are we going to get the big news Monday or Tuesday about the bank charter? 1640 up 52. Is that the deal? Is this going to happen? The SoFi shares just look ready to go. They're just ready. They're there. Oh man, I wonder. Let's see. Wow. Yeah. So Spire 720 right now. Down 532. And 1640 on SoFi right now. High of the day right now. Uncle Bruce, is it insider trading if Michael and I let everyone know when we sell YBM calls so they can bet against us and win? I mean, is that insider? Let's see. Oh, man. Oh, I'm so glad I bought SoFi 15 bucks. 1,400 shares ready for writing options. It's taking all my patience not to write these calls on SoFi. I'm glad I bought another 100 this morning. 1644, just popped 4 cents on SoFi. Now up 56 cents. SoFi beginning to make a bit of a move here. High of the day and 15.94 million volume. 1643, 1644 on your SoFi. It's getting higher. Auntie says, whoever was just waiting for SoFi to go up, you're welcome. It only did that because I sold all my calls expiring today. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Uncle Bruce, I just emailed you the Reddit due diligence on Spire's option chain for October the 15th, and you are onto something once again. You're on it. Thank you. Appreciate that. And sellers are out of SoFi, can easily pop $1 in the last 15 minutes. 1640 and Spire 712. 712 on Spire getting hit again. 719 right now on Spire. One's going down, one's going up. Man, oh man, oh man. Let's see what's going on. 719, 717 on Spire. Bobby says $6, $7 calls, Spire, May. I have to love the dip. $6, $7 calls on Spire. Okay. 715 on the Spire. 715. SoFi 1644 popped again. Back to the high of the day. The 1650 strikes getting close. My 1750s are still worth a goose egg. This feels like GameStop. Go Spire. I'm out of bullets. SoFi 1644, high of the day right here. 16 million volume now on SPIR. On SoFi 1644. SPIR 723, popping a bit at the moment. ATIP right at 380, will not budge. It's not moving one penny. Rocket Lab down 18 cents to 15.95. 1647 on SoFi, just went up again. New high 1648, just been touched. SoFi going higher. We have 15 minutes to go. And let's see. Uncle Bruce, since it was such a big dip, I went out to Feb, but at $10. 725 on SPIR right now. 725. 1647 on SoFi. Okay, let's see. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I can't explain my feeling on SPIR, but everything feels off. I imagine there'll be a silly spike upward. And can I get an abbreviated theory on SPIR, or am I just trying to find time to watch earlier rant? You might need to watch an earlier rant. There's too much happening here. 1647 SoFi looking really good here. 724 on SPIR. And I think it's being manipulated down, absolutely being knocked around by a hedge fund or two. I don't know. Most interesting, 1646 on SoFi at the moment. 716 on SPIR, coming down again, 715. Nice SoFi, nice. SoFi, 1644, up 15.6, up 56 cents. Dana, I bought 708 shares of SPIR during that run from 690 to the mid eights. Early in the run, there were eights. Obviously, I have an order in for 660 just in case. Wish me luck. You never know. 716, 717 at the moment. One never knows. You can only get cheap bids if you put in buy orders. You put in limit buys and you get lucky. It comes to you at the end, you get lucky. It's just the way that goes. SoFi 1641, 1642. SPIR 717 right now. Okay. The Dow up 500 points, slumping a little at the end. 13 minutes to go, but holding a big chunk of this day. Up 50 on S&P, up 114 on NASDAQ. The Dow's up 1.5%. Nice buys there, Dana. Nice buys. No, nothing new on the charter announcement. Still nothing out. And let's see. Swagon thinks I'm losing money on. I don't own any shares, Swagon. I don't know where you're coming from. Welcome to the show. Dana, you let people have the multiple personalities. Let's see. Yeah, make sure that the limit order includes extended hours in case you get lucky there. SoFi 1643, SPIR 717. This is where we're at. I bought SPIR 740 about half an hour ago, so I'm the real tart here. 1645, come on. 1646 on SoFi. Rita, I bet a lot of SoFi. I hope it rides high. Can't stomach SPIR after ATIP. DQ ATIP 381. Just kidding. Yep. 379.5. Not going higher. Keeps us humble. Cheddar Stacks keeps us humble. 716 on SPIR. Yeah, just sitting there. Last few minutes of the day, we'll see if anything breaks anywhere. The IBM is still up 436 a share. Dow is up 511. Microsoft up $7. Been up $5 all day or more. 288.99 right now. Apple up 72 cents. That's it. On a 500-point day, Apple's up 72 cents. It's not participating, not leading the market. It's not leading it. Royal Caribbean, 332 on the upside, 92.26. Goldman up 208 to 380. There you go. And Rocket Lab down 26 cents right now. SoFi 1642, SPIR 710. Slow drop. DM says, I bought $10 calls at the beginning of the dip thinking I was a baller. Dip within a dip. Debbie, I bought SPIR today. No, I was able to buy. Sorry, Michael says I bought SPIR today at 731, 747. I ain't scared. Debbie was able to buy 800 Spire just now. Thanks, Dana says. Mark Gibson, HIP started the weekend early. DQ, RCL defies gravity. I know. It's ridiculous. SoFi 1644. Spire 1712. ATIP 380 on the nose. Rocket Lab 1591 down 22. SoFi Max Payne $16 today. Dana, buy it as it goes down some more now. Buying more now as it goes lower. 711, 712 on Spire right now. Interesting. Treasury yields are lower. The 10-year note at 147. That's dropped a bit this week. It was in the 157 earlier this week, so that's a nice little move for the U.S. Treasuries. Yields are dropping. 510 gain on the Dow. 713 on Spire. 1648 on SoFi. The high of the day, 1648. This is it. This is the high of the day on SoFi with 10 minutes ago. It's been doing this now for half an hour, hitting new highs as the afternoon wears all day here. New highs of the day. 16.58 million on your SoFi. That's where we're at. Spire 715, 713. Oops, bought more Spire. I'm waiting for this to hit 666. I'll load up there, Bruce. Bruce, do you think I did the right thing selling 3 Rocket Lab to get some of these May Spire calls rather than sell 10 Rocket Lab contracts and YOLO? You're all right. You never have enough of a winner. You always have too much of a loser. You'll never get it right. You got to make your move when you can make your move with what you're comfortable with. You're going to be fine. ATIP cracked 4, made you look. Never. I can't take funds away from SoFi. Let's see. Dana says, I did the same thing earlier when I bought 303 shares at 861 at the beginning of the dip. I thought it was so lucky. I got it so cheap. 713, 714 on Spire, 1641 on SoFi. 7 minutes to go in the day. 7 minutes to go for the week for October the 1st. Reminder, I will be on the air Monday. I'll be off the air all day Tuesday. Jen and I are in the air flying to Los Angeles. We will be back on the air Wednesday from a top secret location in Palm Desert, California. You'll have to just guess where we are. We're really looking forward to it. 1642 SoFi, Spire 716. That's where we are right now. Let's see. Damn it, Jim says, I can't wait to be the lowest class rich man at the country club. Right on, Bruce and Joy. DM, Dana, I got calls filled so low on a limit that I was up 15% for a while, even though it was dipping. I guess the market maker knew what I didn't. Pick notes. Bought more Spire at this price than I had when it was still NSH. More than double my equity position. Right now at 719 on Spire, and we're at 1644 on SoFi. Yeah, I think Rocket Lab will be 30 plus. End of the year, this Spire might rebound to 20 plus next month. We're SoFi 1644. GameStop 176.81, up $1.34 today. Smart Rent still holding a gain, but only 34 cents. 718 on Spire, 719 on Spire. Still nothing much going on. I rolled my Spire calls to February and March, 15 just before the crash today. Oh, very interesting. Clay APR is 47% on Spire. Left a message for a realtor about possibly selling my place last night. I'm getting a call every 15 minutes. Michael, Dana, it's not going over 380 on purpose for some reason. 91% APR on the borrow desk. Dana, don't you just hate those market makers? Spire 717, 718, 1644 on SoFi. ATIP 378.5 at the moment. Can't get over 380 for whatever reason. It can't do it. We are down to a little over 5 minutes to go in the day here. We're coming into the last 5 minutes of the day. What is this market going to do? 716, 716 and 717 a share on SPIR. Just jumping about here a bit. And Cheddar, if it goes to 10, my 1250 calls will be good, right? Clay, I don't want to say SPIR sounds like it's experiencing desperate short selling, but it feels like desperate short selling. I think it's being manipulated down here. I just think it pop. I saw it go to 381, so take that. Those $8 calls at 160 for May were nearly $5 yesterday. Insane. Yeah. Insanity. 1644 on SoFi. ATIP 379. SoFi 1640 to 44. High of 1648. 17.1 million traded. We're down to 4 minutes and less. 4 or less minutes to go. 718, 719 on SPIR. Yeah, the high was 382. Laughing out loud on ATIP. What a day. What a crazy day today. Thank you, everybody, for tolerating me today. Still suffering from dental issues, but they're getting better. Slowly but surely, we're getting better. I'm going to take a little time off after this show before we get ready for trivia tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern. I welcome you to join me on this channel. If you're a member, come on over to trivia. We'll be on the other channel, too, Traveling with Bruce, and we'll have some fun there. Let's see. Man, that charter could come Monday. Let's hit 17. Come on, baby. 4-minute warning. DQ says 4-minute warning. SoFi is being controlled to remain under 1750 value until after October 15. 35,000 contracts. I don't know if that's enough. Swindon, thank you for this donation. Thank you. Adam, Aaron, tweet, buy a ticket, bring a friend for free. Dana, thanks. Larry. Adam, I bought SPIR. Hope to see a battle here. Let's see, 718, 719 on SPIR shares. SoFi 1641 up 53 cents. That is where we're at now with 4 minutes to go. And let's go battle. Putting in another 10 contracts. Limited order for SPIR 7.5s. February 22s at 145 to average down. Kettle, Uncle Bruce, you missed my message, so I'm going to cut my membership. Well, there's a lot. I get a lot of messages. What can I say? I'm a busy guy. I'm doing the best I can. 719 on SPIR. 719. The Dow up 527. We have 2.5 minutes to go, and we are done for the day, the week. What is going to happen here? 714.15 on SPIR. SoFi 1642, just won't give it up. SPIR's not backing off. Not backing off. The airlines have Wi-Fi too. You could go live on a plane. There's no excuse. You could be live from the lounge. You could be live going through the security checkpoint. You could tell that customs guy to go to where I'm busy. I'm talking to my people here. You could do that, can't you, Bruce? No, you skipped that. Kate tells you skipped my message. You hate me. You don't like me anymore. I can't win. I can't win. 713, 716 on SPIR, 1641 on SoFi. That I can tell you about. I'll do what I can. Will you be online Monday? Yes, I will be online Monday, but not Tuesday. Come on, rich guy, buy a ton of SoFi at the last minute. We can hope, right? Somebody, please buy it, run it. 712, 714. Nothing happening. 1642 on SoFi. That's where it's at. It's 7, 11, 12 on SPIR. 1642 on SoFi. I don't know. 512, 512 point gain on the Dow. We've got a minute to go or so. Larry's getting ready to ring the bell. I like you, but don't skip it. I like you too, I just do what I can. Just picked up some more SPIR. Wonder how long the SPIR sale is going to last. Carlos, I guess you could say someone is inspired to manipulate the market using options expirations. Carlos, you got way too much time in your hands. You put me to sleep, Bruce. Hit my head on my desk and got whiplash. Oh, Thomas. DQ, those 10 contracts just hit, putting another 10 at 5 for 250. DQ, I hope Larry moved over his member account. Damn it, Jim. Play some Yoko and let's get loose, baby. Fenville, good call. Scooped Spire, 712. It's at 713. And we're at 1644 on SoFi. We're down to the last minute, kids. They're clapping. They're clapping. It's over. It's done. It's done. Where's Larry? There he is. Thanks, Larry. There's the bells from Larry. Congrats to those who scooped up some cheap Spire. Well done, everyone. 712 last trade or so. 1645 on SoFi. 168 gain on GameStop. 177.15. Smart Rent ended up with a 52-cent gain. 711 to 713 on Spire. 1645 on SoFi. All right. It's not the same without Larry calling the open and the close. DQ hitting the bells too. Good one. There he is. What a nutty day. I just bought another 5 February 22 750 Spire calls for $1.40. DQ, exactly, pun intended. There you go. Well, there it is. What a crazy week. Just unbelievable. Just nuts. Kooky. Goofy. Wild. Wacky. Manipulated. Everything. Spire 720 in the aftermarket. It's up 9 cents. Yay! And that's 2,000 shares of Spire. Hope that goes well. Picked up 300 Spire, says Lobo Blast. Have a great weekend, everybody. Be funny if it weren't back up to 12:13 after hours. Wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't that be a lot of fun? I'd love that. 720 in the aftermarket on Spire. SoFi aftermarket, 1637 down 8. So one's up, one's down. Don't go. So that just happened. I like this day. Yeah, I wonder what happened. What actually do stocks do in the market that isn't manipulated? I guess we'll never know. Exciting, crazy, exhausting day. Fenville, I have 20 contracts of Spire, 7.5 Feb 2022s at the average cost of $150. Let's go Spire. There you go, baby. Hey, remember when we watched the market, we said, well, that makes total sense. Yeah, neither do I. I don't remember that either. I don't remember that. Oh, Lordy Lou. What a day. What a day. The Dow ended up with a gain of 483, S&P up 49, NASDAQ up 118. Spire right now 719, up 8 cents on the aftermarket. SoFi 1643 in the aftermarket, down only 2 cents. Yeah. Uncle Bruce, I had a limit order for 750 Feb 22 exercise this morning at 350. I bought 4 more. Now average out to 186 for 5 calls. Am I doing okay? I think so. I'd never heard of Spire before. Before I became a member of this channel. Well, that week sucked, says Joe. Crazy day. I panicked on Spire, sold all out at 957, taking an 8% loss. Managed to buy back during the day, as well as increasing my share count by 58% with a 745 average. It's just a mere flesh wound. It's just a flesh wound. It's a flesh wound. Come back here. Larry, you have no idea how crazy this week has been. Fun fact, I got robbed on Wednesday. My bike was stolen. It's not right. It's not right. A Hungry Grizzly level of my ALPP shares went up 41%. My SPIR went down 43%. Drew added 100 shares of Spire 10 times throughout the day. Average price $7.75. Overall average $8.54. I just like the stock a lot. Hungry Grizzly, love a Friday. DQ, Adam, it didn't exist as Spire until recently. Michael, Larry, damn, are you all good though? You all good? I see, says Adam. I see. 1641 on SoFi, down 4, 718 on Spire aftermarket on 300 volume. That's all there is at this point. It's very quiet at the moment. There you have it, kids. What a day, what a week, unbelievable. All right, folks, I gotta get off the air. I gotta get a rest. I gotta get ready for the trivia show. Join me tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern time, right here or on Traveling with Bruce for live trivia tonight. We'll hang out and unwind a little bit. It'll be the last trivia show from Canada for a while. And then on Monday, I'm back on normal on Monday. 2 shows here, 2 shows at TWB, but that'll be it from Canada. And then we'll be back on the air on Wednesday. So Tuesday, we're shut down because we are traveling, man. We're moving. We're heading down there to them there palm trees and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Damn it, Jim. I sold all my GameStop at 220, then I felt dirty. I bought them all back 167. Now I'm writing calls again. A hockey rink says, hey, Larry, I found a bike on my front lawn. What's the deal here? Austin, for some reason this week made me think of an old movie quote. Well, F me running. Larry, yep, I'm fine. Still a very jarring experience, though. Unbelievable. Spire just spiked to 740. I don't see that. I see it at 721. I see it at 721. Have a good weekend. Said Michael. Michael saying, thanks, Mike. You have a good one too. I hope you feel better, Chris. Have a great weekend, everybody. Let's see. Thank you, everybody. And have a good time, everybody. Enjoy. Thank you, everybody, for being here. All your support, all your thumbs ups, everything. New subscribers and re-upping subscribers. And love it. Thank you all so much. Have a great week. Stay healthy. And let's have some fun next week. Let's make some money, okay? Let's see. Have a great weekend. I literally get sick when you're not online, Uncle Bruce. Please, airlines have Wi-Fi. Anyway, there you go. It was electrifying. What can I say? All right, that's it. I'm out of here. We'll see you tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern. Otherwise, 8:30 on Monday morning for the opening of the market, the pre-opening. Okay, guys. Thank you. We'll see you later. Bye for now.